All right, we're back. Basically with the brine, you take the brine and we put a little bit of 3 taxi guys in there, a little bit of apple juice, heat it up, make sure it gets good and dissolved, and then we strain it. Injectors don't work too good if it's not pretty thin. And so anyway, we're ready to inject this. So I'm going to inject it real quickly, and then we'll rub it down, and it'll be ready for the smoker then. Immediately, we are actually going to let this sit overnight in the refrigerator. We'll take it out early in the morning, get that pit fired up, and get it on it. And that'll allow us to monitor the temperatures, make sure it'll run at the 250 degrees we like to run it, and test all the probes. And the CabaQ is an old taxi cab turned into a smoker, but it's actually pretty high tech. We've got some electronics on there that we can know the different temperatures within the pit, and of course the temperatures of the meat that we're cooking. So with that, we're going to inject this thing. So let's inject it. Again, sweet Swanamine injection. We're simply going to suck that thing up in there and start applying it. You'll see it blow up a little bit. And that's what you want. We want to get it good and juiced up so that it gets a lot of moisture and a lot of the flavor of the brine and the seasoning that's in it. So again, about every inch or so on this shoulder, we're going to put a full needle of brine in it and juice this bad boy up good. As you see, we probably have 3 cups, maybe 4 cups that we're going to put in here, which will be plenty for this one shoulder. I'm going to get some in here in this shank so that everything in there is going to taste good and tasty. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but basically this thing, it blows up pretty good when you inject it. And so we're going to get this going here. Getting down kind of to the nitty gritty here. But we have saturated it good. You can tell it's ready when you stab it one way and juice comes out of another hole. That tells you you're getting pretty close. I'm going to put a little more apple juice in here, and a little more 3 taxi guys just to give me a little more here. Didn't have quite enough in there, I didn't think. It's getting pretty full now, so we'll fill this up a couple more times. I want to make sure we get plenty in this shank. We'll get down in there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Filled it up good. Make sure this money muscle gets plenty of juice in her. Oh yeah, oh yeah. that's about it. I think it's juiced up good. And so we're going to go with that. Clean up a little bit of this excess here. And that's what we got. So again, we're going to take our 3 taxi guys, a little bit of white lightning here. First with the white lightning. And basically we're going to put a pretty liberal coat on here. This is a big piece of meat. And it'll take the rub. So we'll get that side good with our white lightning. We'll get the side really good. Make sure we get good covered all over this thing. Again, we don't put it on the shank there where we have the skin. We're going to wrap that in an oil rag. Get over here good. But that's about enough of the spicy white lightning. Now we're going to put a little 3 taxi guys competition rub on here. And same thing, we're going to be pretty liberal with this. This is going to make it cabalicious. That's our saying at the 3 taxi guys. Our barbecue's not delicious, it's cabalicious. And this will be smoked in the barbecue tomorrow. We're going to film some of that, showing you how we load the Royal Oak charcoal in our smoker and how we're going to smoke this shoulder. We'll probably do a couple of compart ribs on there too, just because we can. While we're cooking, we like to cook enough to share with our friends and in our family. We have a lot of family that works up at the office at Checker Cab where I work. And they'll all enjoy me testing the smoker tomorrow. But again, we put this on pretty heavy. Want to cover it good, but not the shank. We're going to clean that shank real good before we wrap it in a rag. But we've got it pretty covered up here. I'm pretty happy with that. Get a little bit more on the end. A little bit more on the top. Now we'll baste this or mop it. What we use is 3 taxi guys and Italian dressing. But we'll mop that tomorrow as we're cooking it after it's been on for a couple of hours and every hour on the hour after that. But that's pretty much it. That's what we've got. As you can tell, it looks pretty good. And we're going to throw that on the smoker tomorrow. We're going to baste that in Royal Oak and pecan wood. And we'll see how it turns out. I know how it's going to turn out. It's going to be cabalicious. So thank you for watching. That's how we prep a shoulder. And tomorrow we'll show you how we cook it on the barbecue. Thanks for watching. Thanks Royal Oak. Thanks Compart. Thank you Mark. Thank you Eric and Alan. And of course my partner John and Jamie with the 3 taxi guys. Thank you. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow.